Hey Divas, I'm here to update you guys on what I've been doing as far as, making this wedding possible. So I went to Occasions Catering Hall, which is in my second video for my wedding vlog. If you're not familiar with that, you can check that video out. And I got this from them, which is basically just a brochure of some sort that tells all the pricings for everything that they have. Basically, they cater to any budget. So basically, if you're trying to spend, a full service, which is, them doing everything, it's $60 per person. If you do 3 entrees, 3 sides, 2 vegetables, well, I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing any of the deluxe packages, so we're just gonna go to what I'm doing. So, I'm doing the hall only rental package, and I at first was gonna do the deluxe hall only rental package. But I decided against it because the things that they're giving me, I can get myself probably a lot cheaper than, $2,500. So the deluxe hall package includes linen tablecloth, linen table skirts, dinner plates, dessert plates, sets of forks, knives, water goblets, champagne, maybe silk flowers or balloon centerpieces. They set up and they clean up. That's not a lot to me. I have enough family where they could set up and clean up. So my husband and I is going to go for the basic hall rental, which is just tables, chairs, parking, security, and they clean up. Can't ask for anything better than that. And the pricing is $1,600 for a Saturday, since the wedding is going to fall on a Saturday. So that's for the hall. So now the ceremony, to have the ceremony, it's not included. It's $200, and that's for 2 hours. And in order to hold the place, you need to give a $300 deposit. So now, on the back, it has additional rental costs. If you want waiters, a waitress staff, it's $125 for 5 hours. Licensed bartender, $150. House DJ, $475. Pastor, $250. Dinner plates, dessert plates, 75 cents each. Bowls, 60 cents. Water goblets, 75. And it goes on and on and on and on, depending on your needs. So I decided that I'm going to only be using the licensed bartender, because if you don't, you can bring your own liquor. Licensed bartender. As far as for the waiting staff, I found a place that may be cheaper, but I'm gonna price that. So I'm just gonna be using just the licensed barber from them. So yesterday before my final, I had like 2 hours to spare, which I should have been studying, but when you have so much planning, your mind races. So what I decided to do is I looked up general ideas and things and jotted them down. So my husband and I are having a Mardi Gras themed wedding. I finally finalized it. I know I told you guys I wanted something like, from my background, because, New Orleans is, Creole style. Being that I'm Haitian, we speak Creole, I figured why not, So we're going to do a Mardi Gras wedding. For the ceremony is going to be probably anywhere from half an hour to an hour max. I want to have enough ample time to party. I don't want to really have, sitting there, selling I do's and all that other stuff, because we already did it. I don't need all of that. So what I plan to do is, right after the ceremony, right after we jump over the broom, I'm going to have under each table, each seat in the chapel, because everything's going to be held at the same venue, maybe umbrellas or something. If New Orleans is typically have, parades and marches, I want to have like, a jazz style procession leading from the ceremony to the reception hall. And the way I plan to execute all that is I probably will hire 2 or 3 band members to play typical New Orleans jazz music leading to the reception, and they'll probably play for an hour following for the cocktail hour. And for the cocktail hour, it'll give me time and my husband time to change, because I plan to have 2 dresses, the ceremony dress and a small party dress. So while they're doing all that, for the cocktail hour, I'll have them enjoy their cocktail, the guests. I'll get ready, we'll freshen up, the wedding party and myself will freshen up, and then once they reintroduce us, that's when the band will leave. So now for the cocktail hour, I decided for the foods to have, my husband wants hot wings. Hot wings and buffalo wings for him. We're going to have Cajun shrimp, stuffed crab, hors d'oeuvres, fruit cocktail. I'm going to have Haitian patties as well as Haitian bread, gumbo, and bouillon. So that's going to be for the cocktail hour. I don't want to get them too full because I plan to have a large buffet style. So that's what's going to do. So after cocktail hour, they're going to reintroduce the wedding party. And that's going to follow by our first dance. After the first dance, it's going to be a little more dancing for them. And then I'm going to have my mother and my husband battle. Okay, the funny thing is, my husband at all the functions, because, you know, my family's Haitian and Cuban, he's the only American, him and my aunt. So he has a thing that he thinks he could dance to any music, you know, Spanish, Haitian, anything. So at my sister's baby shower that we had at my mother's house, he was dancing to Tabu Combo. And he told my mother he danced better than her. So him and my mother were battling for like maybe, you know, 5 minutes within the song. And I said, you know what? I have a perfect idea. Instead of, you know, having the typical father, daughter, or whatever dance, I'm going to have them battle. And I think it's going to be a treat that everybody will enjoy because my mother loves to dance. And he has this thing in his head that he could dance. So we'll do it like that. So after they have their battle, it'll be the father-daughter dance. And then, you know, we'll just enjoy the rest of the party. I'm going to have the timeline done within maybe the next month or two. And it'll basically give a general idea of, you know, how everything's going to lead. Because I want to execute everything and everything on time. I'm going to hire a coordinator for the day. So I don't have to worry about everything going, you know, wrong. I have somebody else to basically do that. And I had a coordinator the first time around, and all she wanted, she was starting her business, and her only, her general thing was, you know, I'll be there, just, you know, I want lots of pictures to put on my website, and, you know, my only thing is if I can have food, and that'll be fine. I lost her number because I would have gave her a call because she was a sweetheart, and she made me feel so much comfortable when I was having the wedding the first time around, so I might look for her again. And I found a photographer. It's the same person who was doing the photos for me the first time, and we're gonna schedule like a pre-wedding session. Since we're not engaged anymore, we're married, we're gonna schedule a pre-wedding session, and that's gonna be pictures that I want to have out within the hall, and also when I do, you know, the save the dates and the thank you cards and things like that. So as far as for the food, I'm doing a buffet style, buffet style. I was gonna do catering, but you know, the food that they offer, I feel my family cooks way better. And I don't want to, you know, when you go to weddings and the food is horrible and you're just starving. So I decided to have like a buffet style. I'm right now searching for a place where I can rent the buffet equipment. You know, when you go to a Chinese buffet and food's lined up. I'm looking for like a small plate, you know, warming station, buffet station where I can rent. The food is going to be, you know, it's going to be a lot of food, but I don't want it so over the top where people, you know, think of let's take plates home and kind of stuff. So, the food consists of buffalo wings, again, salad, 3 kinds of rice, Gigi Jojo, which is Haitian black rice, white rice, seafood rice, and rice and beans, which would be like brown rice, macaroni and cheese, lasagna, veggie lasagna, jerk chicken, turkey. My husband wants Mexican corn. We're gonna have bouillon, oxtail, taso, pork chops, fried chicken, fried fish, potato salad, collard greens, ham, candied yam. This is all I have so far. The list will grow as, you know, we start executing the months prior to the wedding, but this is all I have at the moment. So as far as with everything else, the calls I was making yesterday and the things that I was looking for is I want to get an aisle runner to basically lead people from one place to the next, but that's still debatable. What I will be doing is I will be getting, you know, the linens and stuff from Party Time, which is on Queens Boulevard, and they have, you know, exceptional prices, and they're right there. Most of the places I was looking for, you know, linen tables and, you know, linens and things like that, they were out of town, and it was a one-day rental. So if they didn't get there after, you know, I know I'm gonna be way tired. And from the reception the next morning, we plan to leave and go on a honeymoon. So I don't want to be responsible for returning anything. So I'm gonna just do Party Time and have, you know, my family and friends return it after the wedding is set over and done. So I'm gonna hire a waiter staff, because I want basically my guests to feel like, you know, they have the same effects as if it was catered, where somebody's there to, you know, take the dishes away, you know, help them with entrees and things like that. So I'm gonna have the waiter staff, and I'm hoping that I can get the waiter staff and, you know, tell them in order to color coordinate the theme, because the colors I'm going for is purple, green, and gold. So we'll do that. I'm gonna get a floor decal. I found different prices. They run from anywhere from $25 to about $95. So I'm gonna go with the $29 one. And I'm going with that because it's the same thing except maybe a little bit smaller. And if you're not familiar with that, I'll post pictures at the end of the video so you can get a general idea what the floor decals are. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have so far. I've done a lot. I'm considering that I'm doing planning, you know, myself, and having help from my sister and whatnot. But I think I got a lot executed within the, you know, the 2 weeks that I announced we're going to be going through with this. So I'm really happy. And I'm actually, you know, not as stressed as I was the first time around. So that's a great thing for me. This week what I plan to do is I plan to start to save the dates, which I'm going to be doing myself. And I probably will be sending messages through Facebook. I found my wedding dress. I forgot to tell you guys that. I found the wedding dress that I wanted, and it's only about like $250, which is great. Because like I said, I'm only wearing it for maybe an hour, and then I'm changing to my party dress, so I'm not trying to spend that much. You know, I know people who spend thousands of dollars on their dress, and then they change or whatever the case may be, but I'm not doing any of that. So this week, what I plan to do is I plan to finalize as far as with the silverware and the linens. On my to-do list also to price suits for the guys and get an accurate number of how many guys I have in the wedding party. Find a suit for my husband. I know it seems so early to do everything, but I rather, you know, plan early than plan late. So that's what we do. And I'm gonna help my mother because she wants to renew her vows for her 27th wedding anniversary. So I will be at my mother's house for this weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend too. And yeah, I have a lot to execute, so I will talk to you guys later. If I think of anything, I'll, you know, do another video because I'm not feeling too well. I'm a little under the weather, if you can hear it in my voice. You know, the weather's shift and my body can't handle it. So yeah, I will be back and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.